legal system in Kenya has seen what we call cheap activism. The judiciary is supposed to be the last temple of justice. The judges are supposed to be the last people who safeguard us from any form of ill treatment. The judiciary is supposed to help, but slowly and painfully, something is emerging in Kenya as far as the war of corruption is concerned. The judiciary seems to be playing a role of stagnating and even frustrating the international approaches of fighting corruption. The judiciary in Kenya has sunk so low to the point that judges no longer speak with one voice. If you look at the rulings that have taken place in the last 6 to 7 months, you will wonder whether this court is under the guidance of the Chief Justice, or there is what we could call an uncoordinated troop movement of anybody making decisions, whatever decisions, whether they hurt the country, the security of the country, the security of the people of Kenya, whether they hurt the economy of this country. These judges have done it, and they have done it without looking back. Political activism has taken over the legal minds that we used to have in these courts. There is a need, therefore, for overhauling the entire system that can bring about good system that can help the government in the fight against corruption. President Uhuru Kenyatta has a desired legacy. A desired legacy cannot be reached when you have a corrupt, incompetent, inept judiciary. Several cases slip away. Take the cases of NYS 1, NYS 2, people who have been given bail, high-profile cases. These cases seem to have oozed away. It is very sad, therefore, for the people of Africa to sit, watch a judiciary dismantle itself and dismantle other institutions. Good afternoon, viewers. Welcome to this show, The People's Court. The People's Court is a show, is one of the flagships of Punchline Africa TV. We bring it at this time when we need to gauge the feelings of the masses. What do people out there say? On the social media, on Twitter, and Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, many exchanges are taking place on what the president will say on that day, on Thursday, in the State of the Nation. But many things occur in Africa. It is not only in Kenya. But today we shall give a special thanks to the people of Kenya and discuss the state of the nation as far as corruption, judiciary, executive, the war on corruption, the economy, the big four, the cabinet, all these factors are coming in today because the president needs to get some wind of hope. It's not that he is going to listen to what we are going to say. He might have already written his speech, but we are simply saying, gauging. We want to gauge and gauge. Yes, those two words are very important in English language. I think Miriam is saying that I have not lost my Shakespearean English. Gauging and gauge, they are two different things, isn't it? Yes. So our role this afternoon, my role together with my co-presenter, host, Miriam Ogutu, we shall go through this to see what Kenyans want. What are Kenyans saying today? What do they want to be done? What is it that they want the president as he steps in parliament on that day? What should he say? The people's court is your court. Is you. It's not Maraga court. It's not anybody's court. It's our court. You and me. We are on it. Corruption is sinking us. We are sinking, man. Can't you see? There's no money. The businessmen are not banking. People are not banking money, Mr. President. In the world, in Kenya, people seem to be hiding the money in their houses. What is it? What are they anticipating? Why the banks, the queues are no longer there? The bills, the bailiffs, the auctioneers, things are not working out in the people's courts, in the people's minds. I think I'm right. Miriam is here. If you have few staff, payments become difficult. Mr. President, where the money seems to have disappeared, or those who have it, those who lavishly take it, those who enjoy it, who steal it, who frustrate the government, DCI, from investigating them, have the money. This afternoon, as I left the show, I found the Honorable Member of Parliament, Aden Kainan, has threatened to take a motion of censure to the Minister of Energy. So we want to look at the cabinet. Mr. President, the cabinet of Kenya is a wounded animal walking. It could collapse on you anytime. Every minister has got his own skeleton in the cupboard. The big one, smaller one, smelly one, non-smelly one, some are not smelling.
Very few are not smelling.
Yes, I don't know. There are few who are there. I've not said all of them are bad.
But a lot of them are.
But I'm now looking at it, Miriam. Yes. The situation is more complicated.
Yes.
In the sense that there is no much money in circulation amongst the people.
Tough times for Kenyans.
Yes, tough times. It's waking up. Miriam, we have a problem.
We do have a problem.
And the People's Court, we wanted to see. This is a program. Enjoy it. Send your views. What is it that, whether you're a guest, a tourist, an investor, who are coming into Kenya, what is it that you see that worries you?
And also they can call us in.
Yes, go ahead.
And our phone number is +254 795 638 145. I'll just take that again. +254 795 638 145. Please, you can engage with us even as we continue with the show today.
So there you are. Engage us on +254 795 638 145. Tukwapa is waiting for you. What do you want the president to say on Thursday on corruption, on cabinet, on the big four, on the lawyers, on transport, on economy, on the borrowing. What do you want to say?
And while he's addressing all this, and I think Kenyans are really looking forward to the State of the Nation address that will happen on Thursday in Parliament. And apart from what you just mentioned, we want to know the update on the Big Four. How far?
How far? Exactly, Miriam.
We want to know.
We also want to know wherever you are, because this is the way, for me, this is the way I'm going to help the president. I want to start a national research. Forget, Mr. President, the few months that we have. If you give me only 3 months from now, I will bring you a research paper that will tell you what we can do and we cannot do in this Big Four. Give me, I will do it for, in fact, I will do it voluntarily for my brother.
So according to your own assessment, Dr. Matanga, how far do you think he's performed in the Agenda 4?
Hey, don't even go there. It's not there.
And should we be hopeful that
yes, it is hopeful.
Yes.
If the president puts a break, and I think I will do it voluntarily. He's my brother. That's it. I don't care. I'll do it as I've done. I will break my hand again. Your Excellency, and I go. And I'd work out. It is. I have a network in this place. I'll trigger quite a number of people. They will bring us.
You'll mobilize.
Oh, thank you very much. Add it on. Mobilize.
And when you're saying he's been trying to put some break, yeah, he's been trying to put some break on politics that has refused to go away.
You see, those are all going to come if the president can sanction a team of good volunteers. Not money-hungry zygotes. Sorry, I'm using very hard word.
Yes.
The malcontents, let me use a better word.
That is better.
Better word.
Okay.
Malcontents, those who need money so much. Mr. President, some of us are ready to help you voluntarily to put up a research blueprint. What can be done now on the Big Four? And what can be done in this country to stop ABCD, cabinet, Big Four, corruption, economy, lawyers, judiciary #1. Your Excellency, look at me, 6.1 feet like you. We are the same height though. He beats me by a few inches, yes. Okay. President is taller.
He is taller.
He's taller than me, yes. Okay. My height has been taken by the fat. I've overeaten these chips from, I don't know where they came from. But I want to be very honest. Yes. I think time has come for us to stand up, sir, and say we want to help. We want to help you. We are not, we deal with some things, but on straightening up this matter, the president must have support. One, let's start, Miriam. Bring that clip of the lawyers. The lawyers on Saturday, this is the state of the nation of Kenya today. The lawyers on Saturday sat down. They wanted to find a person who would represent them in the JSC. The corrupt, defunct, what, can I use several words? Yes. Defunct, okay. Polluted, diluted, eroded, credibility is not there of Maraga. As long as Maraga is there, me, I wouldn't even call it a JSC. I don't know what Professor Mugenda is doing there. I don't know, Prof, how you feel. I
thought you're describing him. You're not describing him? The corrupt and polluted, or is it the JSC that is corrupt and polluted?
The JSU, the organization.
The JSU, okay.
Because Professor Mugenda and others who joined this gang of Wasame and others, you see, at a time like this, Jesus said, And the Bible said,
No.
please remember, don't put a new patch on an old cloth. It will tear.
Don't put new wine in an old wine.
I'm coming. Thank you, Miriam. Remember, today is my calling day. I've been told to preach, Mr. President, a new patch on a new wine, on old wine, an old wine in new, you finish, you kill yourself. Putting Magoha in a cabinet that is already fatigued is like putting old wine in new wine. So, when you look at our lawyers, that is the April Fool's Day. Read that one for yourselves. But I wanted the clip that talks about, is coming, about what the lawyers did on Saturday. They removed the caveat that you can go for any job without tax clearance
certificate.
Yes, and you can stand for any post until you are convicted.
Is it just for the lawyers of?
I think no, they have set a precedent. That means all Kenyans might also follow the same.
Because it is a requirement by the law.
By the law.
Yes.
So here are the guys. Here are the guys who are talking about so many things. The lawyers in Kenya now remove, they say for us, Mr. Tom Ojienda can go anywhere and go and stand as a candidate for JSC. I want your comments, Miriam.
First of all, I have a lawyer friend of mine. She's a bit young, and she says, from the ground and in between lawyers, Professor Tom Ojienda has influence, especially to the younger lawyers. So he has a lot of support there. So I don't know how that works for him. And I think that they cannot be accomplices in breaking the law. The law is very clear, and there are reasons why it was deemed necessary.
The younger lawyer tells you Ojienda has influence, or he has bought influence. There are two things that you can talk about Ojienda.
She said he has influence, so it can.
It could be no. The type of influence is when you're a very good teacher. Maybe you give people marks for free. It is most likely you take some of the people in a nightclub. You have a dance. We have pictures here of Ojienda dancing with some of the law students.
Oh, but that is his personal life.
No, but it is reflected.
Yes.
If for example, you and me, you are married wife. If I'm to take you out for a dance,
that will be.
It must be official.
That will be a problem.
A problem.
Just to start.
Yes, it's a problem because first the worst part is you don't go for dancing.
I don't.
You're a Christian down to earth towards Jerusalem.
I love my sleep. I sleep
yes, and I also love my sleep. But I am saying, saying exactly what I want to say is this. Ojienda might be very influential. But Ojienda is not the candidate who should go back to the JSC because he's already tainted so many things.
Yes, the cases.
He should have conscience. What is it that he's sticking on the JSC to protect what?
Self.
What? Then what is it that Africa needs to do? The People's Court. Yourselves, you are out there, make your own comments. We are done as a country. Mr. President must open his eyes. Please, Matanga, shout to this, to save this country. Yes. Meanwhile, Peter Kimatai said this guy thinks he knows more than us Kenyans. Alan.
Peter said he's watching us from South Africa. Thank you so much, Peter,
yes,
for tuning in.
But Alan, we are not getting into any trouble with you but I don't know much about, at least I know much about several African countries, not only Kenya. Yes. Several. That's all I can tell you.
And we are Pan-African Forum. And
a Pan-African station. So we talk about everything.
So thank you, Alan.
Thank you very much. Continue watching.
Yes, indeed. And
those are the type of feedback we want.
Yes.
Yes, as long as they are not insults.
Yes.
Even if they are insults, some of us never block people for insulting us. But if you insult my mother, I will block you.
Okay.
Because you didn't produce me. Yes, let's go on. You did not produce me. You don't insult me or my father or my mother or my children. Never.
Yes.
I will block you. Insult me myself.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and also if you'd want to talk to us on the phone, you can call us on +254 795 638 145, and we'll put you live on air. So as we, the lawyers, they understand the law very well. And there's a reason why this thing was found to be necessary, certificates of tax compliance. It's more than just clearing a candidate for a position in this country. It makes sure that people don't pay their taxes, because that is how we run this country. And whatever they do, they're looking at it from a very selfish point. And for them to go and want to change this, because the rest of the Kenyans might want to follow suit. And right now, KRA is trying to find ways to get tax from so many ways. So they're really working on ways. And here's one of the ways. And now the lawyers are going to court to challenge this. So for one person, I think it's very selfish, and it's not for the good of this country.
Okay, thank you. Can we have that clip by Citizen TV? Did it come? There's a clip by Citizen TV which shows what all the Twitter handle and how people have reacted. Can we have that clip coming, please?
Of the Law Society of Kenya have moved a motion allowing lawyers to seek elective positions without a tax clearance certificate, and that of the Higher Education Loans Board. Now, as members deliberated on who should be the male representative of the society in the Judicial Service Commission, there was an unanimous agreement that a lawyer will now only need a practicing certificate and that of good conduct to vie for elective positions. Members also withdrew a motion seeking to remove LSK President Ellen Gishuhi from the leadership of the body. Reports on a looming battle between Gishuhi and lawyer Tom Ojende seem to have been quelled after a consensus was reached.
Those requirements that had been placed on the way of a major candidate can no longer hold. It is therefore our expectation, and indeed on Monday we'll write to the Law Society of Kenya to give us the minutes and the resolutions made here, so that we forward these resolutions to the court when we next appear before it on the 8th of April, and ask the court to dismiss those petitions or to adopt the decision of the AGM as binding on this issue.
Thank you very much. You have seen that video, and which we thank you very much, because it's part of the people doing these videos, and you can see they have marked themselves there. You look at the corrupt always fight back to safeguard their interest. I'm now convinced that lawyers in Kenya, LSK, should be the watchdog. It should have been the watchdog of the law. Mm-hmm. But here they have gone to the extent of dismantling the entire law to feed themselves. Is it a must that Mr. Tom Ogyenda should be on JSC?
On JSC. And that
is it a must? I'm asking Kenyans.
And now we will start even questioning
yes.
whose interest is he going to represent there?
Whose interest?
What is the motive of him?
And then they remove the vote of no confidence in the chairman of LSK. Are these lawyers worth representing the people in the judiciary? We live in the people's courts. People's court gives you only pointers. Check.
Please engage with us and let us know what you think about
what did you think?
The latest development from our courts. It's very unfortunate there.
Yes. Somebody from Mogadishu. This guy is Ahmed Abdulaziz.
Abdulaziz Ahmed. Thank you. From Oslo, Norway.
No, this is a different one. This one has been one of our...
Abdulaziz Ahmed.
Yes, from the day one when we started this station.
Yes.
He has been watching us from Mogadishu.
And he's saying some Kenyans, political elites, have properties in Somalia, especially in Mogadishu. And if you want concrete evidence, come to Mogadishu. Some of the security companies that operate in Somalia belong to top political leaders, but are run by Somalis. That is a fact. Look at that.
Mr. President, State of the Nation, AMISOM is in Kenya today doing a budget. You are aware of that? You are doing a budget for AMISOM. And we hope they will include these properties. Because we are looking for money to safeguard quite a lot of, to keep AMISOM in Mogadishu so that it can protect the lives and pacify Mogadishu and Somalia.
Yes.
Let's move on. The question of lawyers, we leave it there. Let's come to corruption. Corruption in the government, corruption in judiciary, corruption in the executive, corruption in the National Assembly. Our MPs, the MPs for Kenya, Kenyan MPs, are they up to standard?
Are you even saying, are they up to standard? You see them every other day on our television stations. Nowadays, even watching the news is depressing for a normal Kenyan. And they're very busy defending their cronies. And they've forgotten really why they went to parliament. They've forgotten why we elected them.
Miriam, but I will interrupt you on everything.
Yes.
As you talk.
Yes.
Let's now converse. We, the media, what role do we play? Why should a television station, knowing very well that this MP is going to be against the people, the media should play a role by gagging some of those clips?
Well, I think...
What do we gain? What do people of Kenya gain by you bringing a clip of an MP who is telling us that I love that all the people of Katanga or Kiharu love Deputy President Ruto? What does that help us?
Well, I think...
No, what does that help?
Those are some of the gains.
Okay, that is one of the examples.
Those are some of the gains of, what do you call it, multipartism and
No. Multipartism is not a problem.
And so you sort of...
Nobody has a problem.
They feel like they have to balance.
And then another MP comes to say, if you touch Raila Odinga, we shall touch you. Now, that's very good. What is it good for us? People are struggling to have, for example now, people are struggling to make sure that there is food in Turkana. What is the use of us giving the governor of Turkana audience in Wajir? You saw the way he was in Wajir. He was speaking as if there was nobody dying in Turkana
County.
He was with Duale and a group of MPs and the governors from that region.
Who can't hold him accountable.
Yes, he cannot. No, you can't hold him. He's gone. In fact, he has made more money. This was a very slender guy when he was in parliament. Now he is when he comes to a restaurant and you are there, you might think the president has arrived. The number of cars that come with him like 3, as if they have come for a battle. You know, as if this is Turkana. This is Nairobi. Why doesn't he reduce his number of cars?
Of the fleet.
Of fleet. He comes, there's a restaurant he comes usually when he comes to Nairobi, because he has also got links with some mafia people around that restaurant. So I happened to go there for my evening drink. I was one day in the corner there, then I saw cars coming, poo, 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 doors opening. I thought maybe the deputy president or what. I was going to be very lucky that for the first time the deputy president has met me in such a restaurant. I was going to ask him, why don't you greet me? Why don't you call me for coffee?
He probably doesn't have your number. Maybe
no, I just said the truth. Because, you know, the man has created an enmity, a very imaginary enmity. The only thing you can do for Matsanga is call him for coffee. And let that coffee be poured when I'm seeing. Yes. And honestly, at times like this, in good things, people's court, then I thought it was him, only to see the governor of Turkana. Hey, with all that convoy, and all our special general service unit men are misused. Some of them walk as if this is the president. Poo, 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 poo in a restaurant, showing the pistols here hanged. This is not very good. But this is, we at the media, do we also play a good role?
A good role in...
Me, such a man, I will not show on my television. If my reporter is there, I tell him, don't give me that story. If we black out these people, Miriam,
yes, they
will learn why we have blacked them out. If you black out to these people, when they call you to attend the deputy president's church service, don't go. Yeah,
the politics, yes.
Maybe let him call his television station, call K24.
But unfortunately,
wait.
She's very...
Those things do happen. Let him call K24 to appear there. The rest of the media, if the media does that in this country,
yes,
we shall get rid of so many things. You know, what the church is for prayers. This is a point I'm trying to emphasize to the people's courts. I am now reasoning in the people's courts. The church is for prayers. We are supposed to hear the sermon of the bishop.
Not a whole 15 people.
Not 15 MPs.
Like yesterday I was watching, I'm thinking, what, was this a
Me, I have no problem. I have no problem. In fact, these guys should go and hold a rally. I like the rally Aden Joale was holding in Wanjir.
Why do we need political rallies at this point in time?
No, it is there. You can't stop them. In fact, they don't even... I don't know why the president wastes time to say, I don't want you go and find something to do on the weekend. The president will not manage these guys. The only way to manage these guys is to give them a shocker.
But now also the other side has become very political, the president's side and the NASA side.
I mean, they saw that there was nothing they could do. These guys went on insulting the president so many times.
You'd think over the weekend...
You can imagine the Murkomen took people to visit, to open a laboratory, an ICT center, which had computers of 4th century. 4th, you remember? And the bulbs from there were too hot for the president and the DCI. So these guys also sat down and said, Hapa, we must also protect the president. So what do you want the president to say regarding the issue of corruption? Me, I would like him to say something about curtailing this current trend of politics, whether from Raila Odinga
group,
Raila Odinga group side,
yes,
or from any side.
Yes,
let him stamp his authority. If they are doing development programs or maendeleo programs, they can do it. But for them to go on platform in a church especially in the church. What has happened to the church in Nairobi, in Kenya? Surely you people, what has really happened in the church in Nairobi? In Kenya, niambie, what is it?
The church is happy to receive the proceeds of corruption and all that. And it's such a shame.
Someone was telling me that the bishops smile when they see a big man coming with a briefcase.
Of course, they're paid for those people to be there. They don't just go there for a worship service.
Are we listening to the spiritual word?
It's such a shame.
Are people listening to the spiritual word? What a shame.
I think the church should distance itself from politics, especially if it wants to remain relevant in this.
Is the church allowing its pulpit to be used? These are some of the things I leave to people.
They have allowed. By and large, they have allowed.
They have allowed the church. We want to listen to the sermon.
To draw the line now.
I like the church of Bishop Kiuna. Me, I give a credit where it is due.
Politicians go there. I've seen a few.
Yeah, but they don't speak. Bishop Kiuna does not allow you to speak. He's himself and a wife. Kwisha. If you have come to listen at Bishop Kiuna.
Yes, then you should just do that.
Yes. And I like that. Why can't all bishops take this opportunity? And the pastors and the ministers and church leaders put a note that we have had enough. When you come for prayer, you are saying you have come in a helicopter. The people you are going to see have not eaten for 4 days. There are some people there who come, their mouth has not touched food for 4 days. I'm telling you. And they listen to you as you lament, you tell people how Raila is this, and Raila group also tells how Ruto is this. People are not happy. You are preaching to people who are already walking dead. Most of them, wounded animals. They are sleeping on 1 meal a day. And you are in church. They go to church to thinking that God might help. Mungu atasaidia, wacha niende huko niombe, maombi ikuje.
At least get some hope.
And when you reach there, you see a whole gentleman who was supposed to safeguard your money.
Take it in.
The headline on the Sunday newspaper says 1.4 gone.
It's ridiculous. I think the umbrella that, the body that these churches are assigned to should convene a meeting and really see what's really wrong with the church. There should be a line, between the church. It should be very clear. So these two things are not supposed to be mixing together. But as you're seeing right now, the church is very complacent in parts of these ills that are happening in this country. And even when some things are happening, they're very quiet. It's like a piecemeal thing that is not very well, and I think this does not give a very good image to the Kenyan church today as it is.
The church used, one of our viewers has said, the church used to help people before, but now the church does not help people. There is nobody. In London, in UK, when you go, the church, after the service, they call you for tea. These ones take even the tea themselves alone.
True.
Did you know that?
They take you walk home.
You walk home
without even the pastor.
The way you came.
Yes.
The pastors are busy greeting dignitaries. Each pastor is lining out to greet a dignitary.
It's disgusting.
For him to say, Mzee, you promised us that car.
It's a shame.
What happened to the car that was sent to Kisumu?
It's a shame. I don't even want to talk about it. It's a shame.
Why don't they give it to us who can use it for fish or donate to other charitable organizations?
I'm fine. But there should be a line, and we need to speak out now.
So we needed the president to curtail this movement.
But how is he going to do that?
No,
he's tried. He's been talking about it.
He cannot even be listened
about
to.
It. Nobody cares.
On Saturday he talked. It looks like actually you are right. Nobody listens.
Nobody cares what he says anymore.
It looks like.
And unfortunately, his people, people who are perceived to be part of his.
In fact, today, as we speak now, let the president know. Let the president know that more people like, more MPs from opposition like him more than the members of his own party.
But you know, politicians are opportunists.
No, wait.
But as it is
the
right
truth,
now,
that's the truth.
Seems as though,
if you look at the MPs who are agreeing with the president's agenda, they are more
from the opposition.
The opposition.
And
they are sympathetic, yes.
Sympathizers.
They are sympathizing with the president because they see what the president is going through.
Well, handshake is at play here, so that is a good thing.
Yeah. No, they see what the president is going through.
Yes.
And the other thing is the MPs from the president's Jubilee Party themselves have decided to wreck it. Yesterday, you could see the difference, the stark difference between Ngunjiri and this man of Koech, the MP on Checkpoint. You saw it? And Wanuna, I just want to take this opportunity to thank Sophia Wanuna. She stood her ground. That was a very good interview, Sophia Wanuna, if you are watching. That's fantastic. She asked cardinal questions. If you are not a corrupt person, what is it that worries you?
Yes.
Every time
Corruption.
the word corruption is mentioned. That's my question. People's courts, I leave it there. If you are not corrupt, if you have not taken people's money, if you are not involved in the deal, if you did not get involved, what is wrong when people mention the word corruption? You run and say it is me. When people write, like me, I have no, even, you know, they have removed me, I have no space to write the word corruption on my Facebook, which is free for all of us. That man in California, is it California?
Yes.
Created this Facebook for Matanga also to enjoy free. But the moment I write the word corruption, like this,
you're touching a nerve.
They come for me.
Okay.
They say, we know whom you mean. Another friend of mine has just written something on the Facebook. I said, I talked about what was, I found a topic there where my name had been tagged. And I said Ramaphosa is like Raila Odinga because they are close allies of Raila Odinga is Ramaphosa. So Ramaphosa's heart is like Raila's heart. And then he went up further to say, which Matanga might not say. Have you seen that? Now, then I said, what is wrong with these people? Then this friend of mine, for a long time on Facebook, comes and says, Matanga only hates Ruto. So where did the name come from? I asked this friend of mine. In fact, for today only, I felt like blocking this guy. I've never blocked people.
But you did not block.
But I just want to warn you, my friend, I have already answered you. I say, go slow with me. Because I don't want you to put my name. I answered and I said, every time you mention my name, you eat more. If you mention my name against the deputy president, I'm nothing to the deputy. I abide by what the president says. If the president says this, I'll take it. But why has this guy, only him, all the time, tried to fix me as a wrong man against the deputy president? Him only on Facebook. People's court, is that right? No.
All right.
Okay,
yeah.
Let's move on.
Just before you move on, I'd just like to remind our viewers, in case you're joining us, the President of the Republic of Kenya, President Uhuru Kenyatta, will be giving a state of address in Parliament on Thursday. And so we're just trying to look at the issues, some of the things that we would want for the President to really address on Thursday. So we're just looking at corruption. And if there's anything else out there you feel is a burning issue and you think is very important and requires some attention from the President, so please just engage with us And you can always call us. Our lines are open. +254 795 638 145, and please engage with us. And I can see your comments are coming in. Thank you so much. Maybe
yes,
I read a few.
Some of them.
Yes.
Abdulaziz has brought a good comment. Lopas Kimutai, the same thing I was talking about. Now we are not talking about anything. He's also bringing xenophobia that go back to Uganda.
Okay.
Did I tell you that I am going there? I can go back to Tanzania, or I can go back to Zimbabwe, or DRC Congo. Now my friend Tshisekedi is in power. I can sit in Kinshasa. Yes. In fact, for me, if you take me to Somalia, I will go very fast because I'm a soldier.
We'll go to Somalia.
Yes, I can. If I reach Somalia, I'll have you give me AK-47, I'll operate. I'm not like this small civilian who cannot go anywhere, not even the next district of Baringo.
Okay.
Mimi unanitupa Somalia, itaenda. Yes.
Okay, and
but you can read the good ones.
William McNaughton, you're saying the church leadership is going to bed with the politician. And Okoa Jackie, you're saying Ethiopia learned from Kenya. I don't know in what sense. Maybe you could enlighten us more. And Dominique G. John, thank you so much for writing to us. You're saying the church used to help people before, but now they help those who are helping pastors getting rich indeed. And Okebe Omoto Chan, Guten Tag to you.
Guy, she says, you have read the one, we don't have churches but business premises.
True.
You have a point, brother.
Very few of them are legitimate now.
Yes, good point there, Gash. And then Abdulaziz said Dr. David Matsanga defended President Kenyatta and his deputy William Ruto on ICC cases or Konange life. This is the man who stood firmly with them when every man, every person ran away from them. I remember the way he insisted that these cases have no water or politically engineered. Ruto must have Matsanga's telephone number.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. Tell him. Maybe he will wake up now.
And call.
From slumber.
Yes.
And at least call me for tea. Tea or coffee. Okay. How do you feel when you see men, by the way, who wanted these guys locked up? Yesterday, Ruto, Deputy President Ruto raised something in Kiambu. Himself. But he had forgotten that he himself has forgotten others who helped him. So yesterday when he raised this, I said, maybe light sunshine is coming, man.
Probably there could be a light
on the way
at the end of the tunnel.
Yes, coffee. We go together.
I'm fine. I have.
I knew you could say that.
I have my coffee.
If he calls me for coffee,
you just come back.
We go together.
Maybe
it is only coffee, honest.
Yes.
Because there's nothing else I need.
But have you seen the way Deputy President is very busy? I don't think he'll have time for coffee. He's very busy over the weekend. And these members of Parliament, should the weekend be the time they go to really listen to their constituents?
The President said they should not go for funerals.
Yeah. But you can't stop people. It's like they sit down and wonder.
No, you can go for a funeral, but don't bring.
So who is dead this Saturday? Who is being buried this Saturday? We could attend the burial. The seat with the least, it looks like. Both politicians from the DP side and from the president's side and opposition leaders' side. It's like we have interesting fractions here that are not even doing this country any good. It's watching on news is very tedious nowadays. I don't even sometimes pay attention too much to these politicians. So, okay. Ochieng Otieno, you're saying, I always flow with current, doctor. Why can't you just speak your mind freely? Are you helping Kenyans really? I don't know what he means with that. But we've been speaking on my...
Ochieng, were you not listening?
Especially doctors.
I have spoken. Corruption is killing Kenya.
Yes.
The lawyers are also now killing Kenya. I've spoken cabinet, which I'm coming on next.
Yes.
I'm coming to cabinet.
Yes, and Peter Jairus is agreeing, saying, Dr. Matsanga is speaking truth about Kenya corrupt leaders. Ruto and Uhuru regime is wasting the nation resources and no one is defending, including Kenyan courts.
Yeah, that's the People's Court. It's not me. I put this topic show for you, and we have just short past a few hours, a few minutes past 4. We have another 15 minutes to leave the show so that people can engage on the platform. Let's move on to
Agenda 4.
No, I don't know. Cabinet.
To the cabinet, yes.
In your opinion, do you think the government, the president, as he addresses the nation,
he should not be addressing the nation with the cabinet sitting there as it is now?
Mr. President, that's what people are saying.
Period.
There are many people saying, millions, not only.
With Rotich sitting there, I'll be offended as a Kenyan.
Oh.
He's not been answerable to the amount of money that has been lost under his leadership. I'll be offended that the president will be sitting there giving us a State of the Nation address and some of these faces, because the cabinet secretaries are required to be in Parliament on Thursday, so I expect to see them. But I'll be offended. I'll be offended. These people, knowing how much a lot of them have been mentioned in these scandals, a lot of them are facing some charges, a lot of them are being questioned, you're still going to bring your face in Parliament. That is offensive to me as a Kenyan. So, Mr. President, I heard or I read somewhere that that nice walk they took, the peace walk now to the deputy president's office, apparently it was to alert the deputy president that, you know what, some changes are coming, so don't be shocked. So let's just wait for the surprise.
Yes, let the people go.
Let's just wait for the surprise. Yes.
For me, you know, I have no powers, but if I had the powers, let me tell you. Out of that cabinet,
probably keep 2 or 3, I don't know.
Keep what?
The new one for education. We keep that.
Keep Magoha. Because you see, if you mix Magoha with these guys.
And the super CS, do we keep
super CS.
Keep that.
The one who saved the money.
From going to China.
From going to China, and some people voting. Yes. Keep that one.
Stood his ground. Who else? Chesa is gone. Now he's complaining. He was saying, did you see, I saw an article today in the papers. He's saying Uhuru is the one who does what? I can't remember very well. Who's made the sugar industry die or something like that. I'm like, he's speaking. He's not recovered yet.
You know, Ekesa hates.
Chesa.
Can I tell you, Ekesa hates Ugandans. You know, Ekesa found me in the Hotel Intercontinental and told me, for the first time I talked to Ekesa, he said, oh, you were Luya. I hated you thinking that you were a Ugandan.
But you see, that's
Luya is also a Ugandan.
That's very shallow.
Emugisu. I'm Emugisu. Then he said, eh. So I asked him, I hope you are not going to kill me. I hope I survived to be killed. Honestly, because what he told me shocked me. So all along, I had been hated. People thinking that I'm a Muganda. You know, most people think that I come from where that small boy, what is his name?
Bobby Wine.
That one there. Uyo na mimi tuna uyo. Yeah, that guy thought, the minister thought I come from
that side.
Yes, when I told him no, I am a Mugisu. He got a shock. Then I said, were you planning to do something on me? He said, no. Today I am shocked. So it means there was something very big that they were discussing on me. So may my tribe made me survive.
Wow.
So the cabinet, as it stands, the president should have done the
radical surgery.
The radical surgery of Kibaki.
Kibaki sent everybody home.
Yes. So what he does,
after the referendum,
everybody goes home.
Yes.
Even now, then you call back Magoha, call back Fred, call Matiang, call back people who have worked hard so far, bring them back. But there are some people, there are some people who should not be in that cabinet.
And that is the truth.
Let's talk the truth.
They're not working for Kenyans.
To the extent that Munya works hard I would retain Munya.
Peter Munya.
Yes. The governor. The governor of Meru. Former governor of Meru, Munya, is a hard-working man. The person I will sack first will be Aden Mohammed. Is it the minister of what? That one should go. That one number one on my list if I were to give any power to tick the people.
Okay, maybe Kenyans should tell us, should give us their thoughts on who they think should be kept and who they think should be.
Ask the People's Court. Give us the names of the people who could remain in the parliament.
Abdiaziz is saying Amina. You're saying we should keep Amina? I think when Amina was removed from the foreign ministry, they just...
Can we... No, let's get more names.
Yes.
How many people think who in the cabinet should the president keep? That's the question.
And how... Yes, the ones he should keep.
The ones he should keep.
Yes.
And you can also write the one he should kick out. I don't know, Abdiaziz Ahmed said Amina.
Yes.
Okay,
and
let's go.
Yes, and while you do that, please let us know some of the issues that you'd like the president to include in his
Is it, but we want to know from Abdiaziz to keep or to throw away.
Yes.
We don't know yet.
Yes, why he said Amina, so
yes.
Let us know. Yes, indeed. And now, of course, one of the agendas of the president was food security and with the issues of the dam, because that was the one way he was trying to make sure that the country will not...
So the water minister goes?
Yes.
Yes. Go on. We are narrowing it down.
He's still there.
Yes, Wamalwa.
Wamalwa should be gone like yesterday.
Yeah, Wamalwa has not impressed me. I expected him to work hard. But he has let down the president.
But he's not.
And the Minister of Agriculture
work very hard.
Kunjiri.
I don't know what he's still doing in that office.
So that one also should go.
All gone and gone complete and.
He should have left.
Totally gone. It's a shame because this very important matters fall under their supervision, under their ministries, and they should take the moral responsibility of just, for the sake of humanity and decency of the lives that are being lost in Turkana, you should be gone.
CS Carter, what do you think?
CS?
He's my friend, so I will not make a comment.
Which one?
Carter.
Cartel.
Of energy.
He's your friend?
Yeah, I will not make a comment.
But he should be gone.
Okay, fine.
He should be gone. I think Kenyans would agree. He should be gone. Completely gone. A lot of these scandals happen under his leadership in there. Even right now, it's just the other day.
Abdiaziz has said...
To keep Amina in his cabinet.
Yes.
And while they keep her, can they take her to the right docket that really suits
her? But this docket...
Sports?
This docket
I don't think
she'll do. This docket can do very well because the president chose Amina to go to the docket because there is a lot of activities. In fact, the sports is equally like foreign affairs.
Yeah.
The Minister of Sport is not always here. The Minister of Sports, with all this, you know there is a lot of sports throughout the year.
That is
and they give each country that is inviting, gives a ticket, accommodation for the ministers.
So Echesa was really enjoying that.
Yes. Until so I don't see why even someone could complain in the Ministry of Sports and Culture.
But I'm just saying her skills.
Yeah, her skills is to go and meet the FIFA chairman, AFCOM chairman, to remove rumors of Ocampo in FIFA in Geneva.
So that's where her diplomacy comes in.
Yes, she can go and do diplomacy.
Out there.
I don't know why people complain. This ministry...
When we look at it like that now, it makes sense.
That Ministry of Sports, unless Amina tells me there is something wrong with her.
But when it comes
to she can work and she can travel. She can go, she will have even time to rest.
To rest?
To rest very nicely. All what she needs to do is to get stakeholders, bring them in Kasarani, ask them what they want. Football is like that.
And the other sports.
You want to win the chairmanship of Gor Mahia, bring Gor Mahia fans and say, what will I do for you? If Amina does that, sports ministry will be in her hands forever.
Will change.
And she will be liked. She must take part in activities. You must make Kenya walk once in a month. Pass a rule that every end of month Saturday, the last Saturday, between 6 and 10 o'clock.
6 what, a.m. or p.m.? 6
a.m. Kenyans will be walking.
To where?
To wherever you want to go.
Okay. No cars day?
Yes. Do exercise, run.
Did you know that almost costed the Minister of Transport when he
No. It's not cars. But we have to begin doing something right.
Okay.
It's a sporting country.
So it becomes designated for us. It's a sporting day.
You can walk for 3 hours. Even leave the car. Matatus, if people are walking in every place in Kenya, Nairobi, there will be no space for walking. And that's good. If people are running, trying to run in the local place and go home sweating, shower, then it start work.
Ah, okay.
That's it.
Shower and then start work.
Start work.
All right, good.
Work can start on every one Saturday in a month. Let Amina bring such a proposal to cabinet, make it a law. This will be a health country. You are a sports minister, you have made people healthy. Encourage people to buy bicycles. Create room for bicycles where people can go with their children and ride bicycles and get fit.
On parks, yes.
This can be generated by sports. You use the sports docket to bring all these things that I'm saying are possible.
Actually, they're because a friend of mine goes to Karura Forest to ride bicycles every weekend.
People go to Karura.
People are unaware that
yes, as you go to Karura, you tell someone who is going to Karura, as you run, also plant a tree. So get a free seed in the evening, water it, leave a tree growing in Karura. In a designated place. You will find that we have grown 1 million trees. And the country is not lacking trees. You know, the weather is not changing because trees are growing.
Well, okay. Some famous person here in this country once said that what is the connection between trees and rain? But now we can see that. I will not say who, but I'm sure our viewers know that.
The connection between?
Between rain and trees, so...
That
is different.
There is a very serious connection between rain and trees.
Yes.
They produce the heat that goes up to heat the,
But during that time for Mao, politics anyway, let's just leave that aside.
They are very crazy people. When people have stolen too much money, they don't even know what they are talking.
Yes, indeed. So I'm sure the speech of the President, Kenyans are really waiting to hear what he'll have to say in the midst of all this political... And
we are still on the cabinet. I think for me, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Monica Juma is okay, but she's okay. She can be kept. Do you want okay or do you want excellent? I want excellent.
So why should we be okay if you can get excellent?
For now...
Kept why?
For now...
Is she doing enough?
Yes, she tried.
In a scale of 1 to 10, how much would you give her?
If she carries the notebook.
Being honest, forget the notebook. Just her performance per now.
8.
Come on.
Yes. I have no problem. Yes. I give credit where it's due. Even if she doesn't like she doesn't like some people, some of us. But me, I say, well, she does well. She does very. She should now not be so hard, flexible. She needs to raise the PR of internationalism. Kenya lacks that international aspect. Please, and get me right on this. I'm not criticizing for nothing. If you don't have an international branch, that lobbies, that tells you the problems that are coming. You see, you saw the article on Somalia. Have you seen it on the paper today? How we ended up there. Kenya needs an international approach.
Diplomacy
yes,
and public relations.
The ministry should add there because there is a very good PS. Both of them are very good. One is a professor and the other one is a doctor. They can formulate a very good policy. I have no problem there. That ministry needs only to carry notebooks and you know, no problem there.
Okay.
Yes.
Abdiaziz Ahmed, you're saying Amina is good at foreign ministry. That is a fact. She
yeah, but even the place she has been, Amina has been taken, is also good.
Yes.
So that is a decision the president has made.
Has made, okay.
Yeah.
John Clark,
yeah.
He's saying Amina, Matiang'i, Balala, Monica Juma should be kept. The rest should be fired.
Exactly.
And they should go without looking back.
You see, that I was telling you the truth. Monica, Juma, Amina, Matiang'i.
He added Balala. Do you think Balala should still be there? He has this. What happened to the case of the kickback?
I mean, anybody who is, let me tell you, people who are mentioned publicly,
yes,
let them be taken somewhere. They can work somewhere else. Yes.
Not there.
Balala is my friend. I have no comment.
Abdiaziz said she's at 4. Monica Juma is at 4. And maybe
is what?
Is at, I told you in a scale of 1 to 10, you rate her. And you know what? I'll probably take the 4.
No, I am on 0 on 8.
Abdiaziz, I think I second you that. I haven't seen much from that docket since Amina Mohammed left, and that is the truth. And that is, yes, so thank you so much. Keep writing to us and tell us who do you think in the cabinet the president should keep and the ones that should go.
And what the president talk about, because people's courts will be coming this week in the afternoons. So prepare your views again for tomorrow. What you want us to talk about.
And we shall talk about.
And we shall talk about. But so far, the key ministries, that is it. Anthony General keep. That's the good guy. Yes.
And I like that he's...
The other minister, Munya, keep. That's a good guy. Foreign affairs, keep her.
Monica Juma.
Yes.
Okay.
You need an abrasive foreign policy, but she only needs to carry notebooks. Magoha, keep. Hey, we go on mentioning. Bring the pictures and we are ready. Those two, keep.
Okay.
Bring another picture. We are ready. It looks like the pictures have disappeared.
They're coming way after. Okay,
yes.
Yeah, so Magoha just started working, and Kenyans are having very high expectations. So if he fails to deliver, then it'll be...
I told you, John Clark has given her 9. I gave 8. I'm right.
John Clark, you've given who 9? Amina or Monica Juma?
No, it is Dr. Monica Juma, Foreign Affairs.
All right.
I gave her 8 out of 10,
okay, which
is not bad. She's tried and... she's tried to do what she can, but she should improve her PR by having notebook and ready. There you are. We have a caller coming in. Hello, caller. Hello. Hello. I'm on the show. I'm on the show. I'm on the show. Is the caller there? Hold on.
I think probably.
Hello, caller. Hello. You call. Yeah, speak up, please. Yeah, can you speak up?
We seem to be having a bit of technical difficulties with connecting to our caller. I don't know which country that is. Plus
257 is a country in the where? 257 is 255 is Dar es Salaam. 257 is where? One of the West African states.
Hello? Oh, we
lost that caller.
We lost our caller, but please keep trying to reach us. Our numbers are 254-795-638-145, and please engage with us. Sorry, we had a little technical hitch there from one of our callers there who was trying to reach us and to be part of this conversation. So, all right, John Clark has said yes. Monica Juma at 9. All right, thank you so much, John Clark. And one of our viewers here, Oko Ajake, you're saying she does not know about sports and she didn't even try to play. I think is referring to Ambassador Amina Mohammed. And Bismarck Bura, you're saying borders are alien project for resource exploitation. What is the difference between Bukusu and Bagisu? Borders are for administrative purposes only and not cultural importance. Okay.
Who is that?
I think when you're saying Achesa, when he said he was hating you because of your tribe. So
yeah, but that is what he said himself, not to me.
Yes. So yes.
So
I was trying to respond to that, one of our viewers.
We are waiting for the caller to call back. Mm-hmm. He wanted 257 is a country somewhere. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's a country somewhere in West Africa.
Okay, so thank you so much. Let me see here. Dominique John, you're saying we need fighters like Doctor to fight with us against the cowboy Salva Kiir. And William McNaughton, you're saying Ramaphosa cannot be like Raila. That is primitive politics. And
our caller is calling from Burundi. Mm. Yeah, I was right. Some country in Central Africa, West. Mm-hmm. Burundi is 257, yeah. Yes. So you can call again.
We just missed that. I would like to hear his thoughts about it.
I think it looks like a Dr. Jaja, because he said he's in Burundi.
Oh, right now he's in Burundi?
Yes.
Okay.
It's Dr. Jaja. Somebody is in Burundi.
Okay.
Maybe they wanted to contact us. Mm-hmm. So finally, let's look at, in the People's Court, what the president can say about the Big Four. Mm-hmm. Which one of the Big Four would you start with?
That I think is achievable before the president leaves the office. I think healthcare, because so far the free maternity has worked. And also I want to hear a report, because they carried out, remember when the president went to Kisumu last year to launch the universal healthcare, and I think 10 counties are supposed to start with that. And so I'd like to hear the report, and so far what has the government discovered, and when will they start rolling out for the rest of the country? I want to get a report on that, but I think universal healthcare is very important. And if they can work on food security, because I don't think it's rocket science. When they stop stealing these monies from the dams and things like that, maybe that too can be done. But so far, I don't know. But universal healthcare seems to me like something that can work.
Dr. Nelson is watching us from Botswana. Mm-hmm. Thank you very much, my brother. Keep on watching. He's watching us from Botswana.
years.
Yes, Dr. Nelson is calling us from Botswana. Good evening, good afternoon, Dr. Nelson.
Good afternoon, how are you, sir?
Thank you very much. You are live on television Punchline Africa. We are discussing People's Court. The People's Court in Kenya. The president is going to address the nation on Thursday. To you, as a scholar of African affairs, a worker for the people, a citizen who mixes with people, a well-traveled internationally, locally, regionally, what do you think the president in summary can add on the list of what he has already?
Thank you, Dr. Matsanga. I'm in Botswana now. I came for the UNCTAD meeting, just finished a meeting with President Masisi.
Yes.
Together with the UNCTAD team led by our own Dr. Mohisa Kitui. It ended a few days ago.
Yes.
I've been watching Kenya happening right now, a number of things going through the media here and there. It is very unfortunate that there will be a leader in the current time of this generation that would not want to support peace. Anybody against peace and the handshake of the president and Raila Odinga, I think it is not in the interest of the people. But having said that, most important thing that must be addressed by the president when he's speaking to the people, he must stamp his authority as the head of state and the commander-in-chief of the Republic of Kenya, and the need for his agenda, the 4 agendas that he's planning for the nation of Kenya. He must stamp that authority right on, without any fear or favor. He is the president and the head of state. So he has to make that very clear, assure the citizens that everything is well. Whatever the mamas that could be there in the ruling party, the Jubilee ruling party, they will not affect the agenda 4. That is what we are looking at. I think from where I sit as a global citizen, I look at it in that way. I would expect the president to address the nation on how far is the agenda, how far have they achieved the milestones, what are the milestones that we can record and be able to see as far as the 4 agenda is concerned. And I think he should give a wide berth any attempts to blackmail him or his government on any matters, because he is elected by the Republic of Kenya. He is elected by people, and he is only accountable to them. So I support what he's doing. I support the president in whatever he's doing, and the new efforts that has been renewed against corruption. That is very, very...
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Nelson. Yes, Dr. Nelson?
Yes.
You are on the, now.
Can you hear me?
I hear you. Can we can ask you this question directly?
Yes.
Corruption has eaten the moral fabric of the people of Kenya.
Yes.
Would you advise the president to suspend for some time the question of Big Four and concentrate on one big thing, that is corruption?
Dr. Matsanga, that's a very interesting question. Maybe you may want to consider that that will be a step, yes, a very good step, but remember, for any corrupt events that are happening in Kenya today, they are not new. They are maybe just increasing in number. What the president must decide to do right now is he must decide to make steps forward. Making steps forward means he must close ears to most of the noise that he'll be hearing and focus on what is to deliver. He can never suspend the Big Four agenda. We talk about the Big Four agenda of Kenya. We talk about the housing. We talk about the...
Yes. Viewers, we seem to have lost Dr. Oh, he's back.
Sorry, I almost lost you.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
We hear you, yes, loud and clear. And the audience is hearing you worldwide.
very good. So, like I said, the Big Four agenda of the president, to me, I think it should be priority. Fighting corruption is not only his role, but the role of every Kenyan. Every Kenyan has to participate in fighting corruption. Corruption cannot be fought by one person, the president, or DCI, or Anti-Corruption Commission. It has to be for all Kenyans. So for the president, what is directly charged for him is delivering this Big Four agenda: manufacturing, affordable housing, universal health care, and food security. Kenya is urgently in need of these agendas. If they can be able to be actualized in the shortest time possible, we will be able to say, yes, there is a legacy that the president is leaving behind. But at the same time, he must not forget that corruption or fight against corruption is something that Kenyans are keenly watching. It's a new trend that we have never seen in the country since the independence. If you see what's happening today in most of the cases happening and the high-profile arrests, we are now waiting to see a conviction and somebody fully in jail for this particular purpose. I read news and I feel very bad when I notice a young man somewhere has given corruption of 2,000 shillings to a police officer, has been given 8 years in jail. Yes. And we are talking about billions, we have not had any feedback. So I think he must restore his methods of how he is going to fight corruption, in my opinion.
Thank you. You are in South Africa, near South Africa. Wait. You are in the Southern African region.
Yes.
You are a senior member of the African Union affiliated one way or the other.
Yes.
I want to ask a very straightforward, and I want to get a straightforward answer, Dr. Nelson. The type of xenophobia,
yes,
which you have had, I don't know whether you have also heard that Africans are being targeted in South Africa.
Yes.
The type of xenophobia that is taking place in Johannesburg, Durban, Cape Town, and other places where Africans' shops are being banned. Africans have to take refuge to a police station. Sir, what is your comment, and what is the AU going to do about bringing together Africa so that Africans, we are creating a passport to travel in all African countries? Yet some African countries are chasing some Africans away from their countries. What can we do?
Okay. I may not be in a position to speak on behalf of Africa Union, Dr. Mathanga, but I can tell you for sure one thing. Xenophobia, as it may be defined by different methods, you may want to recognize that in the year 1993, the South Africa became clear that it is going to be part of the United Nations Organization for Refugees. In 1994, it became part of it. And you may notice that almost 350,000 of the Mozambican refugees and estimated a number of others, 20% returned home South Africa. And they were not recognized as refugees until 1993, when it became a signatory to the UN. But having said that, you may want to note that South Africa in itself, they have an ailing problem within the structure of the government. I'm not speaking on behalf of the government of South Africa, but I would say the Africans that we are having, the black people, what we are saying, the black people, whether you are white or black, if you are born in Africa, you are African. Africans have been chased out from different areas of South Africa. This has been happening all along for different reasons. But I think there is need for the government, and not just the government, the people of South Africa, they must own their country. However much we speak from outside or we speak from the fence, like you always say, however much we speak from the fence, the owners of the country have to make decisions that are very credible for their own good. And I think the leadership of the country is responsible for every action that happens in the country. So there has to be humility and openness and love among each other, because we depend on the economies. You may not even like Kenya, for example. Most of the industries that are doing very well, they may be Kenyans but Indian community. You do the same thing in Uganda, same thing in South Africa. There are a number of things that are very clear. The black Africans, they have to start learning very quickly on the people who came in to occupy, but that does not give them the permission to be beaten by the white men. I think I don't support that.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nelson, we look forward to hosting you when you return. I don't know when you are returning to Nairobi.
Yeah, I'm having a trip to Singapore tomorrow. I have a meeting with the Singapore government, but next week I'll be in Nairobi. If I get some time, I should be able to pass by. But please, as you broadcast what you are broadcasting, just make sure that this message can reach the president that he is the commander-in-chief of the Republic of Kenya. He has to stamp his authority very clearly, and that he's fighting corruption, and he has to achieve the agenda for the 4 agendas. Very nicely done agendas, and he has to follow them.
Thank you very much, the president. People must be listening, or if he's free, he might be watching from his couch, resting, having an afternoon siesta.
I think he's having a siesta. He's preparing. I'll be worried if he's having a siesta. I expect him right now to be preparing this speech for the state of
And Miriam Ogutu would like to say hi to you.
Yes.
Yes, Miriam, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Nelson. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Just before we let you go, and I think you've been very categorical when you've been talking about the fight against corruption, which some quarters in this country see it as a very targeted war. What would be your opinion on that?
My opinion on the corruption targeting anybody?
Yes. Others see it as a target towards a particular person
No,
or a
I want to
community.
tell you one thing. I think we cannot babysit corrupt individuals. It is not possible.
Okay.
We cannot babysit corrupt individuals at any cost. In my opinion, I think there is no targeting here. Every case that is brought before the court or before the DCI is based on merit and evidence. If you have been called to answer questions, the only thing you can do is to answer them. If they say they are targeting, why did they call other cabinet secretaries? I've seen my good friend ministers going to be queried at DCI. So I think we should be able to see if somebody is able to comment about the dams, for example, he must be having some knowledge. Maybe it will help the DCI. So I don't think there's any targeting here. This is pure hard work by the DCI and the anti-corruption bodies.
Thank you very much. And for me, I have one word which I agree with you. That if you are not a thief, why are you scared when the word thief or corruption is mentioned? Then you must have something we don't know.
Yes.
That's my word. And today is my day for preaching.
Is that one word?
Yes.
Like the whole sentence.
Dr. Masanga, before you go,
Yes.
Maybe you may want to also remind the viewers and the listeners that corruption is a personal decision. Corruption is a personal decision. It can never be a community decision.
It's not community.
Nobody steals as a community or a representative of the community. You steal as individual, you are mentioned as individual. That is why we have what we call the national identity number. It is personal number. So please.
And they talk about the personal number. I don't know where the courts have ruled that we should have a personal number today. What would you do as an IT man? You know about IT. Wouldn't it be better for us to swap and just cross over information data?
I'm waiting for that day. I'm really waiting for that day. I can tell you I'm waiting for the day we have a digital record for all the Kenyan citizens, including myself. It is very easy. Every time I go to renew my passport, Dr. Masanga, last year I had 4 passports. I renewed 4 passports. This year I'm on my 2nd passport. Every time I go to renew, I have to be in Nairobi for 2 weeks to wait for it to be renewed. And it can't be acceptable.
Why don't you do like me? Why don't you do like me, Doc?
Yes.
When I arrive at Heathrow Airport, the eyes click to the camera.
Yeah, that's what you want in Kenya, you know?
So in fact, when I'm sleeping, I keep my eyes
open.
No, closed. Anybody who can put anything wrong in my retina, is it retina?
Yes.
Retina.
Passport.
It can spoil. No. They know, they introduced that thing of the eye. Yes, the eye's ID, where they take the inside of the eye. Nobody can steal your passport. You can even leave it there for free, because nobody will travel with it. As soon as the plane lands at the Heathrow Airport, and I start embarking out of the plane, the immigration officer knows this guy has come. Yeah, that's the type of thing that I have. so that because it was given to me. It was given to me. Yes.
Yeah, as this happens, maybe we should also be careful so that it doesn't become a cash cow, because there's a trend in Kenya where there's a new project, there's a new investment of efforts to try and get money from it.
Yes.
So there should be clear way of how they are going to do it. They must be able to provide the policy support documents when it comes to legislation. The parliament must be able to approve everything that is going to be done there, and the safety of the data for the Kenyans, because again, when there is a lot of data that is being held by government and the government is not responsible for it, it may be very dangerous for Kenyans. So I think there is not much fear. I will support it by and large because it is very well meant for Kenyans. It is supporting Kenyans.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nelson, our international roving ambassador, plenipotentiary, and extraordinary.
Roaming, yeah.
Yeah, roaming is Miriam. Roaming is lower word.
Roving.
No, roving ambassador. Let's call him ambassador plenipotentiary.
We are trying to get you a proper title.
A proper title. Ambassador.
We will brainstorm and then tomorrow.
Extraordinary and plenipotentiary.
Okay. I can't even.
That's your title.
But thank you so much.
I have not been appointed by President Uhuru Kenyatta as ambassador, please.
No, for Punchline Bank. You know, Punchline is a think tank. So you are our ambassador.
Thank you.
No problem.
At large.
I really appreciate it, and I'm happy with what you are doing. And please, I needed to bring some other topics that are very topical for the continent, especially when it comes to food security and agriculture and the support for women and the young people.
Please, in that this is the people bring and support.
Let it just not be political. We need to have some topics on touching on the youth. Really, the people are suffering in the whole of Africa.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, one of them is writing here. But okay, so when you find time and you're in Nairobi, please link up with Dr. Matanga and we can have you in one of the shows.
No, not even one of the shows.
He's a great resource.
We would like Dr. Nelson to support one of the programs.
To be part of it.
No, to support it fully.
Okay, good.
That is his show.
Fantastic.
We can. That's what we want.
All right.
Dr. Matanga, I'll be glad to present you present a proposal and I'll be happy to look at it.
All right,
thank you very much. Thank you, brother. Continue with good work you are doing for Africa. May God help you and deliver you in Singapore. Don't forget to go to that restaurant. That one that rotates.
Okay.
You remember the restaurant that rotates in Singapore?
Yeah.
Have you been there before?
No. Singapore is a country that Kenya must learn from.
Now, that's why I'm saying
Kenya has refused to learn from it, so I don't know.
Miriam is very annoyed because
Kenya
at times...
refused. We were together. 50 years ago, we were together.
Yes, we are together and we are still together.
We've refused to learn. So good luck with that.
Can I tell you something before I go, Dr. Matanga?
Thank you.
This year, I can tell you that Singapore has a dividend for the members of the public.
Yes, they're paid.
There's so much income, so they try to give back
paid
to
the public back. Yes.
No, yesterday I also received a small check
from Singapore.
No, from Britain.
Okay, good.
Britain also sent me a check, although it was about £96.
It's fine.
From do you know where it came from? British Gas.
For us, we have a debt.
British Gas. Have you ever seen an economy where British Gas said you overpaid us? We had estimated that you are going to use such amount,
yes.
but you did very well, and you went over the paid. So we are returning £96. You know, to a local British man, if you are returning a million to a million people, £96. That's a lot of money for the country, which can build a hospital in Nairobi. You see, £96 times 1 million, that's almost 9 million shillings. Isn't it?
That is what we call accountability.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nelson. God bless you.
Have a good afternoon.
You too, thank you.
We look forward to you bringing very good presents from there.
Again. Bye.
Yes, no, we volunteers don't ask for we are not corrupt. We are volunteers. So we ask directly. You know, the Miriam is laughing here. In Africa, we ask direct.
I'm not asking.
Miriam is not asking, but if you know, there are people who are corrupted. Instead of saying, when you fly, bring me a bottle of chocolate, a packet of chocolate. They tell you, no, can you bring that business? Then I will add the extra money. Then you bank it for me. Me, I don't want to ask those. Ask the things that are enjoyable.
So what do you want from Nelson?
What I can assure you,
he will choose what he wants.
Bring you is, I'll assure you I'll bring you some development manual for Singapore.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
In fact,
have you seen that?
That would be great.
That one will be great, and I will be displaying it every day. Miriam thought you were going to bring me shirts. I have over 2,000 shirts. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Bye.
Right.
He's my friend. So
good.
Thank you very much, viewers. That was Dr. Nelson from Botswana. He's a Kenyan. He views the views of the people of Botswana, and that is very good. And that is
yeah. Oko Ajaki, you're saying you're in the United States, Denver, Colorado, and you need to talk to us. I think we just give our numbers, +254 795 638 145. That is how you can reach us. And you said you really want to have a phone call with us. You can call us through that, and we can.
Who is that?
You can tell us what your contribution to the show is today. He's called Oko Ajaki, and he's writing to us from Denver, Colorado, in the United States of America. All right. And Abdiaziz Ahmed, you're saying you're not a Kenyan, but the little that you have been able to see is that Ruto is targeted or isolated fight against corruption in Kenya. So your opinion? Thank you so much. Yes. Okay. So far, so good.
Thank you. Tomorrow, the same time, the People's Court return any matters on youth. What do you want the president to put in his program for youth? Women.
Yes. Disabled.
Vulnerable people. Isn't it?
Yes.
That's the show, the program tomorrow. Presented by Miriam Ogut. And expert comes in to answer questions. What do you want the president to do for the youth, women, elderly, and disabled people in our community? What can be added in the speech? And what else can be done to safeguard their interests about the youth? This is Punchline Think Tank Television.
Yes.
All the way from Nairobi.
Yes.
Myself with Miriam Ogut.
Yes, and remember,
we have been here for the last 1 hour and 47 minutes.
And before the People's Court, they have to be reminded that we'll be having a Good Morning Africa show at 11 a.m.
Tomorrow.
Yes.
Tomorrow. Yes. So 2 shows this week.
Yes.
Good Morning Africa and the People's Court.
Later.
The People's Court. Yes, sentenced. You are already sentenced. Corrupt people. If you are corrupt, the court will talk about you. Dr. Nelson has actually
that was very rich conversation.
A very rich conversation.
Yes, indeed.
And I hope President's handlers are hearing. Our role is to put out a policy to talk about our lawyers not to be the showpieces of impunity. Surely.
Accessories to crimes.
Accessory to crime. Basically. You have put it very nicely.
Basically.
They are accessory to crime. How can they say you can even go like that? Then how would you vet a judge who has got to bring all these documents, including the certificate for taxation and everything? Surely?
It's unacceptable, lawyers, please. You know the law, surely. You are lowering the bar. In fact, they're not even lowering the bar. They're removing the whole bar. It's not acceptable.
Somebody is saying the German lady is smoking, man.
Abdiaziz, thank you for watching. Guten Tag to you. I don't know where you're watching us from today. But thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you can join us tomorrow here for Good Morning Africa, 11 a.m.
Thank you very much. The same to me. The station is for Africa, with Africa, by Africa. Ciao.